It's been about a year now since I fucking did one of these. So sorry for the delay. But it was originally going to be a show about interviewing Windsor artists or even any interviewing anybody really that's doing something in Windsor. But it's I never knew it was this hard to get motherfucking guests on the show. So I just haven't done one in a while. So now today it's just me. I'm by myself, and we're gonna change up the format a bit on subjects. We're just going to talk about whatever's popping in the world right now. Whatever's interesting to you is interesting to me. Also, I'm going to be putting this on YouTube now instead of just Spotify. I intend to doing video again, but I don't have a videographer right now, or I mean, so anybody even to edit the videos off my phone or anything like that. So until then, we're just gonna be talking shit over the mic right now. But yeah, I'm gonna start putting this on YouTube because I want people to comment and give me suggestions on things to talk about or even question the bullshit that I be fucking talking about because I don't know shit anyways. But let's just dive right into it before I fucking start rambling. I'm gonna go right into this Drake and Kendrick Lamar. I know it's fucking been beaten into the ground now, but I still got an opinion. My opinion is that Kendrick Lamar won. I believe he won. I do like Drake's disses. They were dope. He did have some fire shit. There's things that I disagree with in Kendrick's disses too. Some of the things he was saying, but I don't know. He's that nigga's the goat for sure. And like I named my son after Kendrick Lamar. My son's name's Kendrick. So that's how much I really fucking respect the things that he does musically, or even like in his day to day life. He seems like a really humble person to me, and Drake just seems like that fucking a video hoe at the end of the day for to me. I don't know. I've never really been a big fan of Drake's music like that, anyways, because it's more. It's I think it's more directed and dedicated to the female listener. So that's why it's never really stuck with me like that. But old Drake was dope. Like Comeback Season was amazing. That's still one of my favorite albums to this day. And even some of his earlier shit, I can't think of the album names because I don't fuck with a nigga like that. But he did have some bangers when he was first coming out. And even now, he still put like that. The one he did with 21 Savage, that's a banger album. I like that shit. But I think it's because I like 21. I don't know. I don't know. But he is dope, and I will give props to him for the disses that he sent back to Kendrick. I didn't even realize that they had a beef for like over 10 years now. I didn't know that until these came out. I always thought they were on cool terms, but I guess that makes sense why they don't have fucking music together because realistically, Drake and Kendrick Lamar music would be amazing. It would be fucking fire. Especially if Kendrick is rapping the way he usually fucking does, because Drake likes to match the essence of who he's making a song with, and I feel like if it was Kendrick, oh my god, because you seen what he did with fucking J Cole, it was that shit was ridiculous. That song's amazing. So I feel like if he ever did something with Kendrick Lamar, it'd be fire. And if he did do a song, fucking let me know because I ain't heard this shit, so let me fucking hear it. Let a nigga know what that shit is called. But to those that don't know, Kendrick just did a show on Juneteenth at the in Inglewood. I don't know what the fuck it was called, but it was in Inglewood, and it was a crowded fucking arena, and this nigga did I forget what the fucking song. I forget what diss it is. Maybe Not Like Us. Yeah, I think he did Not Like Us like fucking 5 times in a row, nigga. Like the first time he did it, the crowd went crazy, and then he stopped, and then he's like, "Let's do it again." And he did that multiple times, like to the point where, like, when it started, he had Dr. Dre on the stage first, and they did or he did Forgot About Dre or some shit. Like all everybody he brought up that night was just fucking crazy. It was an amazing show. But when he had Dre out there, he's like, "You don't got nothing to say," and he's like, "Yeah, I see dead people." And then he walked off the stage, and the song started, and the whole fucking stadium erupted. And then by the third or fourth time that he did the song, he had like every gang of fucking California on the stage just next to each other just going nuts to this track, like just shitting on Drake's whole career. Like half the motherfuckers in that stadium, probably even more than half the people in that stadium, listened to Drake's music and loved him before they got into this dispute. And that's crazy for Drake because he's not retaliating in any type of way. I don't see, and it's probably for good reason. Like why fucking continue to argue with ignorance? But man, you looking like a bitch right now, nigga. You looking like a bitch. And you're from my country. You're from my fucking province. So it's hard to side with somebody that's talking shit about Canadians, especially, and saying that we don't like we steal their gang culture. And like, okay, I agree. That's probably the truth. That's probably the truth. But it's not like there's not a a hood dude or a crazy dude or whatever fucking kind of person in everywhere that you live, anywhere on the planet. There's gonna be these kinds of people that will take disrespect to that shit. Because I'm sure there's Canadians over here, some thug ass motherfuckers that are mad at this motherfucker Kendrick. They might want to shoot this nigga. So that's the only part that bothered me about the song. I'm not gonna lie, but he's in a sense he's not lying though. I don't know. We kind of manipulate. I mean, not manipulate. Fucking duplicate or act the same as what we see from over there realistically because but that's the whole world. America's culture is just so important to everywhere else in the world. I think every like even gangs in London, England, and shit. Them motherfuckers, they want to be just like Americans. Even the way they rap, like that drill rap, like realistically, if they didn't have that accent and shit, they would sound just like we do over here. So I get that. But realistically, like honestly, they didn't. It's not like they invented gangs either, though. You know what I mean? Isn't that like some Italian shit, like some mafia mob type shit, where motherfuckers like niggas been doing that shit forever? But at the end of the day, if I'm gonna be the country that's not recognized for being a thug or some shit like that, like that's fine with me. I don't I don't want to be portrayed as a tough guy as in my fucking old age. I tell you that. I mean, I ain't that old, but shit. As I get older, I don't want to be seen as that guy. So I don't know. I'm rambling, but Kendrick won at that. That's what I was. That's what I was building up to. Kendrick Lamar won. What else? What else is there? Oh, fucking! I want to talk about this Terrence Howard joint too. Oh my god! I don't know if you've been watching the fucking internet in the past fucking couple months, but this nigga Terrence Howard is just he's making some pretty heavy claims. And I'm not gonna lie, as a stupid human being, I'm not the smartest nigga in the world. So when you tell me some in depth shit and you have science to back it up and all this shit, I'm going to believe what you're saying. I'm gonna believe every single word you're saying because I'm not smart enough to know what's right and wrong. But he is changing like math. His biggest selling point is one times one equals two because one times another number can never equal the same number. And which it makes sense when he the way he explains it, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to understand this shit. But he also said some crazy shit too. He said that he remembers fucking being in the womb and shit. This nigga remembers being in the pussy before he was born, and he remembers being born, and when he has dreams, he enters a different reality where every answer that any person on the planet wants to know has been revealed to him. I don't want to say that the nigga's lying. I don't want to say he's wrong, but it sounds fucking crazy. When you hear motherfuckers talk like that, you just think like, wow, this motherfucker, he's smoking that good weed, boy, I need some of that. But it's so brilliant. If you haven't seen it, watch Terrence Howard on the Joe Rogan Experience. It's really it's like fucking 3 hours long, but it's amazing just the shit he talked about. You get lost listening to this nigga and you feel retarded because even the words this motherfucker's saying like you've never heard before. I ain't heard these motherfucking words. It's like god damn. And then you have people like Neil deGrasse Tyson, which everybody knows is a very smart person, like fucking astrophysicist or whatever the fuck he is, and he discredits his. Like, he lets him know blatantly, like nigga, you're wrong. and but I don't know. I'm a firm believer of I have to see something to believe it. You know what I mean? I don't just believe shit that people fucking tell me. Like I got in an argument with my friend one day about some flat Earth shit. Now, mind you, I don't fucking think the world's flat. I don't think that. But just because I don't know, science, nigga. I don't know. That's the best thing I can say. I can't really describe what I'm talking about. Just science is the word for now. And but all I was saying to him was that you don't fucking know. You know what I mean? You don't know if the world is a sphere floating around in space, or if it's just a fucking flat surface, or if this motherfucker is really the Matrix. And I mean, that's the only point I was making. Like, you just don't know. And he was kind of laughing at me. Like when a motherfucker sends me LOLs and shit on the internet, trying to be cute, trying to be funny, like that shit. I don't like that shit. And nigga, you think that shit's funny? You won't laugh at my motherfucking face though. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. That's all I was saying. Like you don't like even with my nephew, he's real religious and he loves his God, he loves Jesus, and that's beautiful for him. I love that that he's into that. I love that he has something to believe in. But at the same time, I tell him like you don't know, bro. You don't know. You weren't there, nigga. You didn't see none of this shit happen. So all of this is you listening to somebody tell you these things throughout your entire life. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing with science and the world being a sphere and shit. Like, nigga, you've never been to space. You ain't never been to space. How the fuck are you gonna know? All you're doing is believing what somebody told you before. And that's my only argument point. I'm not saying that none of this shit is true because all of it sounds like it's fucking right. Like there's so much science to back up all these claims, and it's just like okay, I get it for sure, I understand, but I'm not gonna be the person to be like, yeah, motherfucker, dinosaurs was real, and then we find out one day that they really weren't. You know what I mean? I ain't never seen a fucking dinosaur. Have you seen a dinosaur, nigga? That's crazy. I think that's crazy that people really believe in something so fucking hard that it becomes a reality to them. You know what I mean? Like why? Why does it have to be real because somebody told you it was real? I don't know. Because I can tell people that I got a fucking 10-foot dick. That doesn't make it true. But I might, though. I might. But yeah, we had an argument about fucking whether the Earth is flat or not, and that was my only argument point because he said that like I've never been in an airplane before, but he said he took a plane to wherever he went, and he could see the curvature of the Earth, right? So I was like, all right, cool. I haven't, nigga. You know what I mean? And even if you did, does that really prove that the Earth is circular? I don't know. I don't think that proves anything. But you can call me ignorant or whatever you want. Like I said, this bitch is gonna be on YouTube now, so please talk some shit with me in the comments. But I don't know. Seeing is believing for me. That word faith is crazy to me. Faith is a crazy word. But you know what? The more I'm looking into this shit, like I've been reading the Bible. Oh, not reading, but I watched this motherfucking thing on YouTube where a nigga is reading the Bible, so I listened to that nigga read that shit. And it is interesting, like some of the things that happen. But like a lot of the things in the Bible are like, holy shit, like what are you talking about, nigga? Like what is going on here? These motherfuckers, like, okay, look, in the first, I was listening to the book of Genesis, and they were just saying all these, they said a whole bunch of names that I can't even remember other than, like, Noah and shit, like the motherfucking niggas that you know, but they said all these names and all their sons and all that shit, and these motherfuckers lived like over 500 years and 900 years and shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That shit is crazy, son. The oldest person I've seen in my life was about, I think it was 100 and something, like 101 years old, something like that. That was the oldest person I ever met. Which is crazy. But that motherfucker was withering the fuck away. No disrespect, rest in peace, but I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? This motherfucker couldn't hear, couldn't barely talk, couldn't see you. Like, we right in front of this nigga can't see you. All they see was, like blurry images and shit. Like, that's, so just to think that somebody's gonna live 900 plus years, nigga, that's just crazy to me. It just sounds crazy. But like I said, I could be wrong. And that is a fear of mine too. Being wrong is a fear of mine for when I die, because if this shit is all real, if heaven is real, and you got to believe in that shit and love your Lord in order to get into there, I'm not going there. Obviously, that's fucked up. That's some scary shit to think about. But at the same time, I don't believe in the devil either. I think people are fucking good and evil because that's just how motherfuckers are. Everybody's mind works differently. But to people that do believe, I encourage you to stay believing, because I don't believe in shit, and it's scary to me now. Now I don't know what's going to happen, and it's just a never ending thought in my brain that something is going to be terrible at the end of the road. But anyways, um, yeah, I've been I've been watching a lot of fucking like old movies lately. Oh, that's fucking stupid. See, now I don't know what to talk about. It's hard bouncing ideas off yourself. All right, you guys want to hear a story? I got a story. I got a story to tell you. One of the reasons I haven't actually been podcasting. Um, so you heard me talk about my son Kendrick. I haven't. I just recently started seeing him again. He's only 3 years old, and I haven't seen him since he, like, before that. I haven't seen him since he was about 6 months, and it was because me and his mother had a really rocky relationship. We kept breaking up and getting back together and just shit like that all the time. And when I finally was tired of that shit, I told her I didn't want to be with her anymore. Or actually, no, let me start even earlier. Before my son was even born, I was laid off because during COVID, and fucking I just didn't have a job for a while. And when we broke up, she would say the worst things to me, like you're not gonna be in your son's life when he's born. I'm gonna have another man taking care of him, buying him shit, and like just saying the worst things possible to, like it's just some terrible things. So that was already happening. I already knew there was gonna be something wrong with the relationship from then. Like, I mean, not like I mean with the relationship with me, her, and my child. Like, even to see him, so I knew that was gonna happen. But I didn't. I could never expect what was going to actually happen from this shit. I didn't know how evil this person could actually be. So when I finally said that I'm done, like I can't do this with you no more, because she always broke up with me. Like every time we broke up, she was breaking up with me, and then I'd go back to her like a fucking lost puppy, and that's how it was. But when I finally realized, like, man, I can't do this anymore, I told her, and she took that shit really poorly. Like she couldn't handle that, and I was asking to see my son. I kept asking, "Can I see my son? Can I see him? Like, what's going on?" And she just kept saying, "Nope, nope, this and that." So I eventually told her, like, "Well, if you're not gonna let me see him, I'm gonna have to bring you to court so I can get my son back in my life." Like I said it in the nicest way possible, and she was like, "Yep, that's already happening. Like she already has a lawyer and all that." I mean, that's what she was implying. So I told her, I was like, "All right, well, give me your lawyer's name so my lawyer can talk to your lawyer. Let's do it right now." And she's like, "Oh, I don't even have one yet because I'm still waiting for legal aid or what the fuck ever." So she was lying right then. She was just obviously trying to scare me out of out of this court battle. Like I'm afraid to fucking go to court for my kids. I'll do anything for my children, Jack. You know what I mean? So it was never about that. But um, what she did, nigga, listen to this. She did the craziest, grimiest shit to me. Oh man, she had her daughter go tell the police officer that I molested her 2 years prior to that, to when she told the cops. Like that's what she said. She had her daughter fucking say that shit about me just so I couldn't be in my son's life, son. I'm like, listen to this, cause like the fucking the thought that goes into some people's brains that you can just do anything you fucking want to get out of something is crazy to me. That is fucking crazy to me. And the only reason I'm telling you this fucking story now is because my trial's fucking over and I beat the fuck out that case. I beat that shit up. That's the only reason I'm saying it now. Because I had a lot of people speculating to whether I actually did this shit or you know what I mean? The people whispering. Ain't nobody saying shit to my face. I've had people threaten my life. I had people say they're gonna kill me and da 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 da, all that bullshit, but ain't nobody pulled up on a nigga. You know what I mean? And and it's terrible too because honestly, when you hear something like that, you automatically assume that it's true. You think that that shit is real. You because if somebody told me like, oh, that nigga molest kids, I'm gonna beat him up regardless. I'm not gonna ask that nigga questions. I'm mollywop that nigga right there on site. You know what I mean? So think if I actually got think if these courts and everybody actually believed I would do some fucking weirdo shit like that. I would have went to prison. And niggas in prison would have known what I'm there for. You know what I mean? There's men in there that haven't seen their kids in so long. They're just waiting for a motherfucker like that to pull up in there so they can murder them or rape them themselves. And that could be a continuous thing for the rest of my fucking life because this bitch wouldn't let me see my son? Oh my god, nigga. Oh my god. Listen, man, when I was doing the trial, I just listened to all this bullshit they was saying in there, and her daughter, when her daughter got on the stand, like they didn't prepare her for fucking court at all, obviously, because when she got on the stand, she changed her story 4 fucking times in like an hour when they were talking to the judge. You know what I mean? She kept changing her story, and my lawyer was chewing her ass up, boy. Let me tell you. And then her mama got on the stand. When her mama finally got on the stand, I had all these text messages of all these really cruel things that she was saying to me and about her daughter. I had messages of her saying that she beats her daughter's ass, she punches her in the face, and you know what I mean, telling her she's a piece of shit and all kinds of crazy ass shit that no that you just don't say to your kids. You know what I mean? And there was no evidence on me, nothing at all. There was nothing they could say about me because it wasn't a fucking fact. It got to the point where her fucking lawyer apologized to me because I went on the stand too. I didn't have to because the case was already fucking done. I destroyed the fucking case. But as soon as they put me on the stand, like I was like, fuck it, I'll go on the stand. So I went on that bitch. And the way, like, I just told the truth. I'm not, it's like the same story I'm telling you right now, but without all the swearing and shit. You know what I mean? And when I was done, and they fucking told me, like, you can go, man, you're straight. The fucking judge apologized to me. She said, "I'm sorry, you actually have to go through this," because she even said too. She's like, "Even your testimony sounded very authentic to me," and she apologized. And her fucking lawyer apologized to me, my nigga. She's like, "This is just my job. This is what I have to do." Oh man. So I've been going through it, man. I've been having a rough couple of fucking years. I've been angry, but like I'm just so happy that it's over, man. I'm so happy that I can see my son again. I just had to tell my story though. I had to tell my side of the shit because there's been people speculating on me as to whether I actually did some weirdo shit, and I didn't, man. I promise. I would not have ever knew. And people that actually know me, bro, like, dude, I have 28 nieces and nephews, nigga, and they're always around, motherfucker. I always have these niggas. Like, she was, you know what? So fucked up too. She was posting bullshit on Facebook and telling her friends and shit that I was molesting my nephews, nigga. That's how far I was getting. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you saying this stupid shit, bitch? Oh my god. My nephew's here right fucking now. He'll tell you. Was Uncle in your room late at night? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, what kind of weird ass nigga would do some shit like that, though, anyways? Who the fuck preys on children, motherfucker? Not to mention, her mom is a motherfucking. Oh man, her mom likes sex, is what I'm gonna say. So there's not. It was never a problem with fucking getting pussy. So what the? So why? I don't know. I don't know. But that's why. That's what's been happening. That's what's been happening, and I just had to say my piece. And now that that's over, I'm seeing my son again. He looks just like me. He's happy. My daughter and my son look identical to me. That's I just feel great right now. I'm in a better place to where I can do the things that I like again, like this podcast, for example, or whatever that needs to be done. I'm rapping again. I'm making music again. I got a mixtape coming out soon with my homie DY. I don't know if niggas know DY. If you don't know him, you might know Buxton. If you don't know that nigga, you might know Dylan. I can't say his last name because that nigga might get angry. But we got that coming out, and Ellis, the boy Ellis, the artiste, Elric. He if you know him, you know he fucking puts out a million goddamn mixtapes a fucking year. So he's always in the mix of something. But he has all these tracks that he's buying verses and shit for famous people, and we got a lot of shit in the mix right now. We did one with Pat Poose. That one was fire. Snoop Dogg. I don't know. There's a lot of names. There's a lot of fucking names. But we're doing an album with Wu Tang currently at the moment. Not with Wu Tang, but with the things he's buying. And that's gonna be dope. I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about this, but I am. So fuck it. And yeah, I don't know if you guys know some if you know some new artists in the city that I should check out, or I don't know, let me know. Let me know because I don't even have social media. I don't even have a cell phone anymore. I got rid of my cell phone. I didn't get rid. I broke that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. But uh, I had intended to get a landline anyways. I've been thinking about it for a while now, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just turning to old man. Start delivering me motherfucking newspapers and shit, nigga. I need a phone book is what I need. That's what I was thinking about the other day. I wish they still deliver phone books. Cause I need one of them joints now, motherfucker. How I'm gonna get a pizza? You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't fuck with social media anymore. Just because it's distract. There's a lot of reasons. It's distracting and I'm crazy. I mean, I might get drunk and leave a bunch of crazy ass statuses up about some bullshit that don't nobody give a fuck about. But so I don't have any ways to hear new artists. Honestly, I talk to a couple artists still. Like I see Reno once in a while, and then that nigga Blaze J from Riot. I talk to that nigga all the time. Not all the time, but I mean, we make music. We got about I don't know. We got about 5 6 songs now or some shit like that. I don't know. And like Expansion don't make music at all, except for Ellis. Ellis be banging music. Actually, no, that's a lie. Fucking Desi Dez. That nigga got a bunch of shit. He be on them TikToks and shit. I don't know nothing about that TikToks. I don't be on that joint. But he got all kinds of shits on there, and He just put out an album too with DY, the homie I was just talking about, and that shit's a slapper. I don't know if you know Buxton, but if you do, you probably know that he's one of the best rappers, like not even in the city, like in the world. And he doesn't. He still raps, but like on the tape we're doing right now, I broke him out a shell of what he's doing right now because he's doing like some singing shit, but not like singing like this nigga's trying to sing. He's like, it's just like a harmonized version of his raps. Caught me off guard the first time I heard it, I'm not gonna lie. When I told him, I was like, nigga, what's this? What you up to, nigga? And and we have a song on the tape that we're making that he's singing like that, but he's rapping, and it's just, I don't know, man. It's such a good like I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard it, like I said, it caught me off guard. So I was like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? But now that I can actually take time and appreciate the shit, like it's fire. I'm telling you, this blend of his dope bars and he's changing up the game. I mean, what do you say? 50 told him, go ahead, switch your style up, and if they hate to let them hate and watch the money pile up. I'm telling you, it's about to. That's about to for that nigga. I've been trying to get this nigga in the studio for so fucking long. But he's in it now. In it to win it. So yeah, that's basically what's been going on in my life, Jack. And yeah. I love y'all. Anybody still listening to this shit? Thank you for sticking around through the fucking bullshit I had to say. And I'm gonna catch y'all soon.